He never thought you'd actually leave. That's the part that stings the most. Because the entire time he was treating you like an option, he was operating under one core assumption: you'll still be there. He knew he could go a day without calling, and you'd still pick up. He knew he could go quiet, disappear, and then come back like nothing happened, and you'd welcome him in. He knew that you cared, and he used that care as a safety net. Not maliciously, maybe not even consciously, but he did. And that comfort he lived in, that peace he felt knowing you'd still be around even when he was inconsistent, even when he gave you the bare minimum, that's what made him bold enough to treat you like a maybe. But what he never accounted for was your limit. He never calculated that one day you'd stop explaining, you'd stop reaching, you'd stop hoping, you'd stop accepting crumbs and wake up hungry for something real. In that moment, that exact shift when you went from emotionally available to emotionally done, that's when the pain started for him, because up until then he was safe, up until then he could afford to be careless. And now he's realizing that the very thing he dismissed is the very thing he's missing. There's a kind of quiet power in letting go without drama, in detaching without the screaming, without the long texts, without the emotional breakdowns. That's what messes with his head the most. You didn't try to change his mind, you didn't give him a final plea, you didn't wait around for closure, you simply unplugged, the energy shifted, you got busy, you moved on, and while he's still caught up in the version of you who stayed hoping he'd one day act right, you've already evolved into someone who would never even tolerate that treatment again. He doesn't know what to do with that. Because men like him, men who keep women on stand, by while they figure themselves out, they thrive on the idea that they can come back whenever they want. They think they've got time. They think loyalty is permanent. They think love means you'll always wait, but love, real love, requires reciprocity and respect and presence, and you gave all of that without return for too long, until something inside you snapped, not in anger, but in clarity. You realized that loving him shouldn't cost you, so now the dynamic has flipped. He's sitting with thoughts he used to dismiss. He's reading into your silence. He's checking your socials to see who has your attention now. He's wondering why you're not trying anymore, why the door isn't just unlocked, it's gone. You see, when someone treats you like an option, they gamble with your heart, and they rarely imagine that they'll end up losing. But you pulled out of the game, and now he's left playing alone. What makes this even more painful for him is how seamless your detachment looks, because you've spent months, maybe even years, training yourself to be okay without him. You've learned how to sit in discomfort without reaching for temporary validation. You've been building your strength quietly, so when you finally decided to let go, it didn't come from a place of spite. It came from a place of peace. That's the kind of strength he never saw coming. That's the version of you he never prepared for. And now that's the version of you he misses. But missing you doesn't grant him access anymore. That's the part he has to sit with now. The pain he handed to you so casually is now in his lap. And there's nothing he can do to give it back. Because the woman who would have taken it, the woman who once waited for his bare minimum, doesn't live here anymore. You left the door open for him once. This time you walked through it and locked it from the outside. He didn't expect you to detach. He didn't expect your absence to speak louder than your presence ever did. But now he knows, and now it's his turn to sit in the quiet and feel what it's like to be just another option that wasn't chosen. He built comfort out of your confusion. It sounds harsh, but it's the truth. He created a space where he always knew how much you cared and how deeply you were invested, but made sure to never fully let you feel safe. One day, he'd text you like you were everything. The next, he'd disappear like you were nothing. He kept you suspended in the in-between, where you were never really sure where you stood, and while you were overthinking every message, every silence, every inconsistency, he was completely relaxed. Because that imbalance, that worked in his favor, you guessed yourself constantly. Was it something you said? Was it bad timing? Should you have played it cooler? Should you have opened up more or less? You spun in circles, trying to find the version of you that would finally make him stay. But what you didn't realize then is that no version of you would have been enough to make someone consistent who chose to be inconsistent. He kept you confused because it kept you chasing, and as long as you were chasing, he didn't have to. As long as you were trying to make sense of his behavior, he never had to explain it. That's what a lot of people don't understand. It's not always about being cruel. Sometimes it's about being selfish. He liked your energy, your attention, your affection, but he didn't want the responsibility that came with committing to you fully. So instead, he kept things vague. He dropped just enough breadcrumbs to keep you hopeful, but never enough to nourish the connection. And while you spent nights wondering if it was ever going to move forward, he slept easy knowing you weren't going anywhere. But then something changed. Slowly, quietly, you stopped analyzing, you stopped obsessing, you stopped giving him the benefit of the doubt every time, and once that happened, his comfort started cracking. Because now the roles were reversing. The one who was once confused started seeing clearly, and the one who was once relaxed started to feel uneasy. You stopped asking where things were going. You stopped chasing reassurance. You started responding later or not at all, and that shift, that unsettled him, because the foundation of the dynamic was built on you caring more. Now he's starting to wonder, why aren't you trying anymore? Why aren't you texting first? Why do you seem so okay without him? He used to hold the emotional power, and now he's spiraling. That's the irony. The very thing he used to do to you. Go silent, pull back, act detached. Now he's on the receiving end. And it doesn't feel good. He doesn't know what your silence means. He doesn't know what you're thinking. And for someone who always had control, that's a scary place to be. You see, emotional ambiguity is exhausting, unless you're the one controlling it. But once it flips, once you become the mystery, it creates a type of pressure that he never had to deal with before. Suddenly, he's the one trying to decode things. He's the one wondering what went wrong. He's the one replaying conversations, checking your stories, hoping for a sign that you still care. And here's what really gets him. You're not even trying to make him feel what you felt. You're not being manipulative. You're not playing games. You're just done, genuinely done. And the peace you're radiating now, that's what makes the confusion even more painful for him. Because you're not chasing, you're not angry, you're not bitter. You've just stopped needing what he's not capable of giving. The stability he denied you is now the thing you've built for yourself, and now he's the one on the outside of it, staring in. He wanted to be free, to keep things light, to avoid the depth of real connection. But now he's realizing that without that depth, there's no substance, and without substance, there's nothing for him to hold on to. He once had the comfort of knowing you were all in. Now he has to live with the discomfort of not knowing where he stands. And no matter how much he wants to rewind, to reframe, to re-engage, it's too late, because you no longer live in that confused version of yourself. You outgrew it, you found clarity, and now he's left sitting in the uncertainty he used to serve you. And that is the pain he never saw coming. He never imagined you'd stop waiting. That was the unspoken agreement he thought he had with you, that no matter what he did or how long he took, you'd still be there, ready the moment he finally decided to show up properly. You were the safety net, the fallback, the person he thought he could circle back to when he'd had enough of games, distractions, or indecision. He didn't choose you when it mattered, but he kept you close enough, just in case he ever felt like choosing you later. And maybe you stayed for a while, not because you didn't see what he was doing, but because deep down you believed that if you stayed long enough, loved him deeply enough, he'd wake up and realize that you were the one. But the truth is, someone who treats you like a backup plan never intends to treat you like a priority. They keep you warm just enough to prevent you from walking away, but cold enough to keep their options open. They string along your hope, not because they're sure about you, but because they're not ready to lose the access to you, and that's what he really wanted, access to your time, your energy, your loyalty, your softness. He wanted the benefits of you without the responsibility of loving you fully. So when you finally cut the cord, it hit him differently, because suddenly the option he thought would always be there just disappeared. Not with anger, not with drama, but with certainty. You stopped entertaining half efforts. You stopped replying to breadcrumbs. You stopped showing up for someone who only ever gave you 30% and called it effort. And in that silence, in that unavailability, something woke up in him that had been comfortably asleep the whole time he was taking you for granted. He starts to see it now, not just that you're gone, but that you're really gone. You're no longer that version of yourself who waited, who hoped, who made excuses for him. You're not on standby anymore. You've built a life that feels good without him in it. You've poured energy back into yourself, into your friendships, your passions, your peace. You started shining in a way he never thought you would without his attention. And that glow, that's what's haunting him now. Because here's what always happens with someone who treated you like an option. When you finally become unavailable, you become valuable. When you stop reaching out, they start looking in. When you stop caring, they finally start to. But by then, the door they once ignored is already closed, and they're left staring at it, knowing they had the key the whole time but never cared to use it. He underestimated you. He thought your love meant you'd tolerate anything, but your love didn't make you weak. It made you patient. And once that patience ran out, you left with the quiet kind of confidence that only someone who's been disrespected one too many times can carry. What he feels now isn't just regret, it's loss, because you were never just an option. You were a whole future he refused to step into, and now every time he thinks of you, he's not just thinking about a person. He's thinking about what could have been. He's playing back conversations where you tried, moments where you forgave, days you stayed longer than you should have. He's remembering how safe it felt to know someone like you existed in his corner. And now that safety is gone, but it's not because you stopped loving him. It's because you started loving yourself more. You realized that you weren't put here to wait for someone to choose you. You're not a placeholder. You're not a convenient backup for when life calms down. You're the prize, the full experience, the real thing. And if someone isn't ready for that, they don't get to keep a seat at your table just in case they change their mind. You finally understood that someone who sees you clearly doesn't need time. They need courage, and someone who needs courage doesn't waste yours. So now he watches from the outside. Maybe he even reaches out again, trying to test the waters. But it's different now, because you're not where he left you. You're not emotionally waiting by the door for a man who couldn't see your value when it counted. You've elevated, you've evolved. And as much as he wishes he could rewind time, he has to live with the truth that you became the one that got away, because he treated you like someone who could be kept on hold, and now he gets to feel the weight of what he so carelessly gambled. And lost. There's something almost unbearable about having to sit in the same pain you once made someone else feel, especially when, at the time, it didn't seem like that big of a deal. He brushed off your silence when you were hurting. He ignored the emotion in your voice when you were asking for clarity. He minimized the moments when you were trying your hardest to hold things together. And through it all, you carried the weight silently. You internalized his distance, his hot hand, cold energy, his indecisiveness. You made excuses for him while swallowing the ache of not knowing where you stood. You handled rejection with grace. You cried in the quiet. You kept showing up with softness even when you weren't met with the same, but now it's different because he's the one carrying what you carried, and the truth is, his ego was never built to withstand it. He never had to feel powerless in the way you did. He never had to stay up wondering why someone didn't want him enough to show up properly. He never had to sit with the sting of realizing he was being treated as replaceable, forgettable, not enough. Until now. Now he's sitting with your silence, and it feels deafening. He's refreshing his phone, hoping for a message that never comes. He's replaying moments in his head, trying to understand where it all shifted. And the truth is, it didn't shift all at once. It was gradual. You gave warning signs in your energy. You showed your exhaustion in your tone. You hinted at your limits, but he never really listened. He assumed you'd keep bending, keep waiting, keep loving, even in the absence of feeling loved, and that's where his ego came in. because someone who's used to being wanted, chased, prioritized, even while they're giving the bare minimum, doesn't actually believe that they'll ever be left. He thought you'd always be around because you had always been around. He believed you'd continue to forgive, continue to stay loyal, continue to hold space for someone who didn't know how to do the same for you. But he forgot that your patience had a finish line, that one day the exhaustion would outweigh the hope, that your silence wouldn't be a strategy, it would be a decision. Now, he's drowning in the feelings you once carried alone. But unlike you, he doesn't know how to hold them. He doesn't have the emotional resilience that comes from months of overthinking, from constantly feeling like you were never quite enough. Because when someone gives you mixed signals long enough, you start to internalize that confusion. You begin questioning everything, from your worth to your expectations, and somehow, through all of that, you kept giving love, you kept trying, you kept choosing him, even when he gave you every reason not to. That strength, that kind of quiet endurance, he never appreciated it while he had it. But now that he's on the receiving end of the distance, he's beginning to realize just how much you tolerated, how much you forgave, how much you gave without asking for much in return. And now that it's gone, the void feels unbearable, because the truth is, losing someone who truly loved you, someone who saw your flaws and still showed up, someone who made room for your chaos and your dreams and your messiness, that kind of loss doesn't hit you all at once. It creeps in slowly. It hits him when he sees your name and knows he can't reach you like before. It hits when he opens old messages and remembers how open, how warm, how consistent you were. It hits in the stillness, in the moments where he realizes that no one else has shown up like you did. But this is what happens when someone mishandles a heart that was never theirs to break. Eventually, the same pain they dismissed becomes their own, and the weight they refused to share becomes the one thing pressing on their chest. The irony is that you never wanted revenge. You weren't trying to get even. You just wanted peace. You just wanted the confusion to end. And when you realized he wasn't going to give that to you, you created it for yourself. Now he's the one craving clarity, craving connection, craving the kind of presence you offered so freely, and he's realizing that once someone like you stops choosing him, there's no coming back, no explanation, no closure, just silence, and in that silence he finally feels what you felt for so long. And this time you don't owe him anything,